Eric, front row, down here. Sorry. Dwayne Rankin, Arizona Republic. First, congrats on winning the pre-qualifying tournament with Team Bahamas. Just wanted to follow that up. How rewarding was that experience to be able to play for your country and play the way you guys did and win the way you guys did? So, I mean, making history basically for the country.
Yeah, it was very rewarding because for a country that never qualified, and we had a good group of guys, and we was there for a short period of time, but it was a good experience for all of us, and like I said, it was the first time that they ever qualified.
Curious when you look at the roster, just now that we now know it. When I spoke to you before in the summer league, we didn't know what it was going to end up being. Now we do. What do you think about it in totality? And Ishbia was saying he felt like this is the best team in the league. When you hear that and you see the roster, what comes to mind for you?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we have the talent, and now during the season, we got to put it all together. In every season, there's going to be ups and downs and different challenges, but we have the talent to do so. I know these guys, and you know, playing against these guys so I know their mentalities, and they all have the characteristics and personalities to adjust throughout the season. So it's very exciting, and can't wait to get started.
Ellen Olson, Arizona Sports. Nice to meet you. Welcome to the Valley. What did you learn about? I know this team has changed a lot, but what did you learn about getting that firsthand impression last postseason in the first round, specifically with Devin and Kevin?
Yeah, Suns they've been good for years, but specifically with those two, that you could tell that those guys are, they're very hungry and eager to win a championship, and you could just tell by how they played last year, and looking at it the other way now, that we're all teammates, and it gives us all something to look forward to.
Hey, Eric, Joe Bourget, good to see you again. When you were making your free agency decision, obviously, Devin and Kevin probably played a role in wanting to come here, but what was it that kind of ultimately pushed you to choose Phoenix over maybe some other suitors?
I chose her for a lot of reasons. You got a hungry ownership group. You have a great staff, coaching staff, and the talent was there. So when you collectively put that all together, I'm like, how can you not? You don't very rarely see a lot of get a chance to be in situations like this. So I thought here would be a great decision. I mean, it would be a great chance to win something.
Eric, this is Dave King with the SB Nation, Brightside. You've been on a few really good teams in your career, Houston, and then obviously with the Clippers recently. Do you have lessons learned that are under your players' control that you are going to bring to this team and say, hey, this is what we got to do to get beyond that, to get all the way to the championship? Do you have some things you wish you knew back then?
No, not necessarily, but I really do think with a lot of new guys on this team and all the talent, we got to have a good regular season. We got to treat the season. We can't just have a good year and then hope our way and just propel our waves into playoffs. But I think if we get better throughout the season and then we have a good run in the playoffs, then I take our chances because our talent is there, and we just need to continue building chemistry along the way, and hopefully everybody's healthy throughout this year. That's what we really hope for, and like I said, the talent is there.
Paul Richardson, the Sports Cave. You're a veteran. You've been to many training camps, and I keep hearing the word competitive at camp. How do you balance that, though, the competitiveness with not pushing too hard to overdo it before you get into the season?
Yeah, that goes into that's just preparation. Everybody's going to be competitive, whether it's our team and any other team. We're competitive as players. With us, it's all about getting chemistry down, making the adjustments throughout the year, and everybody being a star in their role. And once they do that, then we're going to be a tough team to beat, and because of the talent and the personalities that we have.
Hey, Eric, back here with the cameras. Eliav Gabay, Sports 360 AZ. So you mentioned the chemistry, obviously with your experience. How have you seen those little nitty-gritty details being worked out, training camp, locker room? How does that develop over the course of a season when so many people coming from so many different teams?
Yeah, it's about players buying into what we do. Playing for one another, having each other's back, and during the season, you got to have high expectations during the season to have it a fluid year, and then because when playoff time comes, everything is like second nature to adjustments and things that you can do on the fly. So, but I think we have the capabilities of doing that.
Hey, Eric, Jordan Spurgeon, Sports 360 AZ. Welcome to the Valley. I guess this is a two-parter. What do you want fans in the Valley to know about you? And what are some things that you're still trying to learn and want to learn about the Valley?
Well, about me is I'm very dependable. I like to with this team. I like to play any role, just like I have been in the past few years. Whether I start or come off the bench, I like to be a star in my role, be very dependable, and I've always, every time coming here, there's always been a good fan base. The teams have been well here, and that's what they can expect of me is to be a star in my role, because I think my skill set adapts to anybody on this team.
Hey, Eric, all the way in the back here. Jay Russell with Burn City Sports. Offensively, we know you guys are loaded, but you're bringing in Frank Vogel as your coach. We know defensively it's going to have to be important as well. What's the feeling like in the locker room on how important defense is going to be to obtain the goals that you guys want to have this season?
Oh, defense has got to play a major part. It's hard to win the championship without defense, and I think we'll have that understanding that if we play good defense, the easier shots that we'll get, and that we'll get on the floor, and just playing fast. It'd just be much easier getting out there running the floor, but it's all much easier that way when you play really good defense.
Hey, Eric, Damon Allred, SB Nation. What do you think is the number one thing about your game that will help this team the most? For me, it's kind of that range from 30-plus feet out that you have. Is there something else maybe from your perspective?
Yeah, I've always been able to space the floor, but me also, getting to the basket and trying to make the right play also helps too. Because if I can't make a play for myself, I'd rather make one for someone else. And of course, I can always space the floor, that creates opportunities for my teammates also. So like I said, I think my skill set adapts to everyone on this team.
Dana Scott, Arizona Public. Just wanted to know what you believe about the preseason, and you've been through a lot of preseasons, and so a lot of times, veterans, take a back seat to some of the bench players to get more time. But how do you feel that this preseason will help present what the chemistry is with this new team that's run?
No, I think you definitely have to take it seriously, but I think as long as we are all healthy during preseason and throughout the season, I mean that's what matters the most. Going into a year, going to the first game, all healthy and ready to go, because talent is talent. We know that we have a good team. It's all about how can we all be on the floor at the same time and go through all the ups and downs throughout the season and all the adjustments that we need to propel ourselves to be a good team along the way. So I think health by game one is what matters. All right, no problem.
Next up would be Josh Okogie.